followed by Dunvegan Central. Peace now.
Mr. Speaker, on March 15th, this government rolled out the red carpet in Calgary to proclaim it had finally reached an agreement with teachers. The problem is they spiked the football before they got to the end zone. Here we are nearly 2 months later, and we still don't have a deal. The supposed agreement reached in March in reality wasn't an agreement, so now we're going to have to legislate one. To the Education Minister, we all want what's best for kids, and we all want stability in the education system. How did it come to this?
Mr. Question, this is a very good... Mr. Speaker, Mr. Speaker, you know, it's been a long couple of days already, so... Mr. Speaker, that's actually a very good question. And, you know, the announcement of March was a great milestone. It was a great announcement, but it was announced as a tentative deal. And that deal needed to go out and be ratified by 62 ATA locals and 62 school boards, which is a huge task and why we've been working so hard with the ATA and the ASB and all school boards for the last 2 months.
And, Mr. Speaker, I will give the Education Minister some credit. I know he's had some very long days and nights of late. Given that Alberta school boards, though, saw the supposed agreement for the very first time on the same day that the Premier and the Education Minister, as I said, rolled out the red carpet, gathered the TV cameras around to announce a deal in Calgary, doesn't the Minister see that the way he went about this process was all wrong, and he should have involved the 62 school boards of elected officials from the beginning?
Mr. Speaker, this is a concern that's come up, and I'm happy to clarify. The school boards have been involved from day one. This has been a 3-year process. This has not been a 2-month process. It spanned 3 ministers. These negotiations were stalled and started several times. And what I can tell you is that the deal that was presented to the ASBA and the ATA in March is substantively the same as the deal that was presented to both those bodies February 20th. And they helped build that, or their input helped build that.
Honourable Member.
Again to the Education Minister, given the clumsy handling of this file, from broken down negotiations to premature celebrations of victory to potentially proposed contracts, given that there are more than a few boards who say they've signed on out of pressure and feel like they were bullied, I'll ask the Education Minister, what are we going to do to fix this problem going forward so we don't wind up in this situation again?
You know, Mr. Speaker, another good question, and it is a clumsy situation. And it's a clumsy situation because we realize that for the sake of our kids, the best thing for the education system is to have a province-wide deal and to have long-term deals. In order to do that, the province has to have a seat at the table. We don't have a bargaining structure that permits that, so for the last 3 years we've been the moderator, the facilitator, the meat and the sandwich, trying to get a deal done. And now that we're there, Mr. Speaker, and we are there, and I want to give credit to the ATA and the ASBA, we need to also work together going forward to build a new bargaining structure that's right for Alberta.